White flag is raised. Away they go in the Grade 1 Jack de Bromhead Christmas Stairs hurdle. And setting off to make it home by the Lee, bidding to repeat 12 months ago. His last win, in fact. Goes towards the first of 14 flights, leading Buddy 1, the grey Asterion Forlonge. Darker in colour, the fourth running grey Irish Point, and then Beacon Edge and Ballyadam. On to the second flight. It's home by the Lee, the leader. Followed by Buddy 1, a narrow second from Asterion Forlonge, and then Irish Point. Beacon Edge and Ballyadam, order unchanged, jumping the second. Home by the lead by 3 lengths as Asterion Forlonge just landed in second place, followed by Buddy 1 and Irish Point, Beacon Edge, and lastly Ballyadam. That was flight number 3. On to the last of 4 in this line. Home by the Lee and J.J. Slevin, followed by Buddy 1, Jack Gilligan, Asterion Forlonge, Paul Town, and Irish Point, Jack Kennedy. With the final couple, Beacon Edge, Sam Ewing, and Ballyadam, the mound of Rachel Blackmore. They've completed their jumping in the back straight first time. As the 6-runner field tightens up a fraction, is home by the Lee, followed by Buddy 1, Asterion Forlonge. Has been mixing it between hurdles and fences this term, and then Irish Point, Beacon Edge, and Ballyadam. Turning out of the back straight, the next flight will be number 5. Home by the Lee, upholds a lead of 3.5 lengths over Asterion Forlonge and Buddy 1. They're sharing second and third, and then Irish Point, Beacon Edge, Ballyadam. Flight number 5 coming up on the approach to the straight. Home by the Lee, had a look at that. As a result, Asterion Forlonge is on terms, Buddy 1 in between them, and then Irish Point. Beacon Edge and Ballyadam remains last of the sextet. At the end of their first mile, home by the Lee, with coming wide into the straight Asterion Forlonge. Then Buddy 1, Irish Point. His first time beyond 2.5 miles is 2 behind, Beacon Edge and Ballyadam. Order really pretty much the same from the time they started in the back straight. Home by the Lee, encouraged into this 6th flight, lands less than 2 lengths in front of Asterion Forlonge, and then Buddy 1 and Irish Point, and then Beacon Edge and Ballyadam. Coming past the winning post with a circuit to go, and the Grade 1 Jack de Bromhead Christmas Stairs hurdle. Home by the Lee, back 2 in front of Asterion Forlonge, then Buddy 1 and Irish Point. In company at the rear, Ballyadam and Beacon Edge. Soon at the halfway stage as they go away to flights 7 and 8. Home by the Lee, yet to be headed, leads 2 lengths, Buddy 1, who rejoins Asterion Forlonge for the second, and then Irish Point, who's been fourth from flag fall, Beacon Edge, and Ballyadam, the back pair. On to flight number 8, bringing them into the back straight into their point of departure. Home by the Lee in the red and white jacket, holding sway over Asterion Forlonge, who's plotted a wide course throughout. Then Buddy 1 and Irish Point, Ballyadam, swaps a place with Beacon Edge at the tail end of the field. Well inside halfway, as they go into the back straight, at the completion of a circuit and hunted on in front is home by the Lee. Re-establishes a 4 to 5 length advantage over Asterion Forlonge. Buddy 1, Irish Point has gained on those 2. And then Beacon Edge, who alternates last place with Ballyadam. The flight which was their first. It's number 9 this time. 9 furlongs to go. Home by the Lee with a slightly reduced advantage over Asterion Forlonge than Buddy 1 and Irish Point. Together at the back, Ballyadam and Beacon Edge. Home by the Lee, being animated by J.J. Slevin in front, followed by Asterion Forlonge, Buddy 1 and Irish Point, and then Ballyadam and Beacon Edge. Right across from the stand, 7 furlongs to go. 4 flights left to jump. Home by the Lee, continues to idle in front from Asterion Forlonge, Buddy 1 and Irish Point, going up in between those 2, and then Beacon Edge and Ballyadam. 6 furlongs to go. 3 flights left to jump. And the leader is still home by the lead. Over this one, J.J. Slevin doing overtime. Asterion Forlonge, Paul Townend on the outside of Buddy One and Jack Gilligan. Poised in between those two was Irish Point and Jack Kennedy. At the rear, Beacon Edge, Sam Ewing and Ballyadam, Rachel Blackmore. Half a mile to go, they're turning towards the second last. Home by the lead, Asterion Forlonge and Buddy One. Continue the 1, 2, 3 with Irish Point going up in between those two. Then Beacon Edge and Ballyadam, who are both in touch as they tighten, heading for the second last. Home by the lead, rejoined by Asterion Forlonge. A move has been made by Irish Point and then Buddy One, Ballyadam and Beacon Edge. Good run to the final flight, and it's the two greys coming to the fore. Asterion Forlonge on the outside of Irish Point. Home by the lead, drops back on the rail, and then Ballyadam, Buddy One, and then Beacon Edge. They face the final flight. Irish Point comes there in between Asterion Forlonge and home by the lead, then Ballyadam, Beacon Edge. Trailing the field now is Buddy One, and Irish Point leads to the final flight. Irish Point and Jack Kennedy come to the last and jumped it with a 3 to 4 length advantage over Ballyadam, who's in a scrap for the second with Asterion Forlonge. But it is Irish Point turning into a promising young stayer in the Jack de Bromhead Christmas Hurdle. Wins another big one for Jack Kennedy and Gordon Elliott. That was a rout. Second, Asterion Forlonge. Good result for the Greys. In third place, Ballyadam and then Beacon Edge. Home by the lead, Buddy One pulled up.
Joined now by Gordon Elliott, who's continuing his fantastic run over the Christmas period. He's just landed the Jack de Bromhead Christmas Hurdle with Irish Point. Gordon, this looks a very, very exciting horse. How impressed were you by what he did today? Did it surprise you at all?
To be honest, we knew he was good. He's showing us all the right signs at home, but you're obviously a little bit nervous stepping up the 3 miles. But Jack said he'd done more than a bit of work at home. He's very, very good. He's professional, he's done everything right.
Seemed to be quite a steadily run race today, so I don't know whether it was the greatest test of stamina, but did you ever have any doubt on that score?
Look, obviously you are a little bit nervous with stepping up the 3 miles, but this pace we're going, I was happy the whole way.
What about future targets for him? He's a Grade 1 winner in open company now, and obviously you've got Teahupoo for the same owner as well in the yard.
Yeah, look, we'll have to try and split him up for Jack anyway. Look, he always has the option of Aintree, and Cheltenham's a long way away. A lot of water has to try to go underneath the bridge. But I'd say he could go anywhere for 2.5 to 3 miles, he'll be fine.
Do you think there is much between them?
This is probably more classier than Teahupoo. Teahupoo's a real stayer. This is just kind of a little more class.
Teahupoo, I think we know, is definitely being aimed at the Stayers Hurdle. Is it fair to say this fella wouldn't be necessarily headed that way?
I won't say no yet. There's not a lot of places to go splitting them up, but look, we have the 2.5 in Aintree. Look, we'll enjoy today. We'll get him home and see what we do.
We've just seen American Mike. I thought run a pretty good race down in Limerick. No match for Gaelic Warrior in the end, but will you take a few positives away?
Yeah, look, to be honest, he just didn't finish out for me again. I haven't spoken to Keith yet, but yeah, look, I was a little bit disappointed, to be honest.
Okay, fair play. We've got the big one coming up. Jerry Colomb obviously is the apple of your eye. Presumably you're very, very happy with the way conditions have turned up.
Conditions will suit him. Listen, it's a very, very good race, Gary. It's as good as a Gold Cup, so it is. Our 2 horses are in good form. Everyone's on him with Jerry. Conflate's in good form as well, so we'll see what happens.
Yeah, 3 non-runners and fast or slow coming out in particular would appear to make life a little bit easier for you all. Yeah. Does it change the way you ride the race at all?
No, listen, I'm not going to tell. Sam will be handy, and Jack will just keep it simple. He'll be in the first 4 or 5. I'm not going to tell him what to do, so we'll see what happens.
Expecting a big run from both?
Yeah.
We'll see what happens. Thanks.
Thank you. Cheers.
Watch live racing now on racingtv.com.